Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's about 1:30 in Greensboro. Good morning. As you see the topic, it says the young people them get for grab and take up the country back. Yes. It's about high time the youths then grab and take good morning, and take the country back. It's about high time. What thing I mean by that? I'm sorry I not get rapish in presentation where he make when he dey launch the YMP movement. When I receive the launching statement today, I was very, very impressed. Very impressed. The reason why I was impressed is because he's trying to tell the youths, the young. I need to get some water. Okay. He's trying to tell the young people that Sierra Leone was far, far way better. Sierra Leone was far, 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 far way better than Rwanda. Sierra Leone was far, 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 far way better than Dubai. Sierra Leone is far, far way better than Singapore. Yes. All these places, we were far way better than them. Far, far way. Zimbabwe, Malawi, we were far way better than them. But we don't see, say, for the past 10 years, yes, for the past 10 years, to be candid, and Ernest Koroma first 5 years, he did a very good job. You know, there's nothing good like unity. When there's unity, honestly, like in no get for itself, in another filler. Because when there's unity, there's peace. When there's unity, there is love. Even the second half of Ernest Koroma in Tenjo, where things escalate, things out of control, no, the financial thievery was blatant, especially when we had that, like the mudslide and the Ebola, and the amount of finances where we government receive during the Ebola and the mudslide. Those finances before make a difference in the life of the people. But we see, say, during the mudslide, one of the big mistake where Ernest Koroma be ever make, now when he call Mother Bill for come and help during the Ebola crisis. Not a secret. All the money where Ernest Koroma give Mother Bill during the height of Ebola, Mother Bill was nowhere. We no one day say and go out up na the interior, go campaign or go sensitize the people them when that's the money been there for. He did not do it. You know, now we come for after 4 years, like me now, after 4 years. Not a secret, me and Kamarimba in the support during the course of this the election. And the reason why make up in the support Kamarimba is simple. We all need changes. We be one change. And to me, I mean, don't look at like for say the old APC, SLPP nonsense. Because if you don't get out of hands, these two Alassane and Alusain, it really don't get out of hands for me. And I feel to say Sierra Leone will deserve a new and a better thing. Yes. So maybe they look for an alternative to SLPP and APC. So I support Kamarimba. And one thing I want to say here, during the time when Kamarimba been come in Atlanta, even though they say that they've been there, I don't know, because you know one day meet and pass when he come, for come talk to we about the political intention. It's about that same time that I Sylvia Blind and self come in Atlanta. I get the picture with me and take. Just the same picture with me and Kamarimba take. And one of the things that will be asked Sylvia Blyden when he been come, I ask her, I say, what's in your intention? Because I've been the looker like now one of the women that we get balls now with Sierra Leonean society, you know, for break the stereotype of not only man for be president in the salon. And during that time, in the Sylvia tell me, say, he not prepare, not ready it. He not ready it. So, and to tell you the truth, during that time, even though SLPP, APC been there on a bad footing, you see there are times for everything under the sun. Yes. If during that time day, Nine Sylvia Blind and me come out, he say a true intention for be in the ring on the presidential as a presidential candidate. She should have it may for stand a very good chance. It may for stand a very good chance. Because one thing is that Sierra Leoneans will be don't tire. We'll be want something new. We'll be don't tire. We'll be want something new. So if Imi come at that time with the woman power, women day, if we forget a child, mother be enough forever see chance. There is no doubt about it. But again, at that time, he said he's not interested in the wait for a own time. Okay? Which is good. Well, everybody gets the preference in the time zone. Not to be place for tell anybody about in time zone. Now that it be intended for do at that time. But this video, not for that. This particular video what they make so today, now they youths them na salon I want to talk to. In other young people then, and I get this. When we talk about most things in the Sierra Leonean community, if we talk about the good, we talk about the bad, we talk about the ugly. One thing is that we have a very rich base when in a human capital. In a way, I will get water. I need some water, please. Yes, I'm sorry. In Sierra Leone, we're very rich. We rich with human capital. What do I mean with human capital? The youths them na the country, the young people them boku pass the old people them. And because them boku, they get more power past the old people them. But at the watch say the youth of Salon, they know they use them power. Until then grab and arise for the country, it go left to their own detriment. When I look at these few days, what thing they happen inside we country, Sierra Leone. Why they look what thing they happen inside we country, Sierra Leone, right? And they're sorry for the youths them, for the young people them. And two are they sorry for them. You know why? They are the future leaders of tomorrow. But inside today, if they not get up and arise and take the rightful place inside the young country, they go turn a stranger inside the young country. What did I mean by that? Madabio as the president, he under 20-something years, he no work. Madabio as the president where we vote for, we know say he's not a qualified man. First of all, he's not even able to run in your house. Madabio cannot even run in your house. You know something a day where this government talk, where some of in are not they pay attention. Now that make for me, I can always tell and say now pay attention. So what's the day where in another understand the meaning till afterwards, when things happen, then we begin understand the meaning of the words there. Some of the words the way these governments be always they tell we. He say, I they go out, I they fly, I they go build with the country in name, the country in reputation. Well, we don't get to understand waiting the president be the go bill. Sierra Leone are the country where we presidents can we say the coffer, the money, the national treasury is empty. Nothing on the day. But the attitude of the president, it don't give a reason now for doubts. If waiting him in the tell we. Now there's not a reason for doubt. We all know say waiting him in the tell we, now be liar. All waiting this president be the tell we, now be liar. And one of the things that we always be the talk about, now about human capital strength, when it gets. But then same human capital in day, now them it is suppressor right now. The same human capital where it depend upon, now them it is suppressed. When this president come, he refuse for elevate education. That one he refuse. And the reason why make he refuse for elevate education for over 2 years, he keep one old university closed because he no say knowledge na inner power. He no say if people go school, people understand, they not go take advantage. So what did this president do? He build more of car wash, attire base. Car wash and attire base now for idlers and useless people. No decent person, no they go sit on a car wash. No decent person, no they go sit on na attire base. No, they do them. Even the ragamuffin, he go sit on a bar, not to attire base. So what did this government do? It elevates the poverty. It prey on the ignorance of the youths. What I mean, it prey on the ignorance of the youth. When people are not get work for do, when people are not get vision, when they not get mission, when they not get a reason for live, then they become a menace in our society. And because they are a menace to society, they always defend place where they converge. And because they are of the low caliber. Let me rephrase this one back. Let me rephrase them. When these governments come, it say it gets in gentry way na human capital, which is the truth. The human capital in Sierra Leone is great. Because when you compare the youths up to 30, now they make 75% of the population in Sierra Leone. But when you compare the productiveness of that 75%, it's only 5%. So we get 70% of non-productive youths. We only get 5% when the productive youths. And the reason why this government refuse to empower the youths now because it no say when it just feel like what happened at the SLPP convention. Fatmata Sawane don't they SLPP from in baby. It get the love of party. It dedicated to in party. When these governments come, when Fatima came inside, it look Fatmata Sawane as a threat. So what did it do? It use the might, which is finance, pay they want the way no one they see money. They want the way not get mind of the youth. They want the waking betray them party, them belief or anything. He paid them 2,000. The 2,000 way pay them for make them support them against Fatmata Sawane. He give them 2,000, they support them against Fatmata Sawane. When the election come, he do a forced editing, he win the election, will see able to whisper Fatmata Sawane. When to make at the bring Fatmata this issue, I want to tell you say the reason why make this government not care about the youth now because it no say when time they reach, they go call the youths, give them 1,000 or maybe 2,000, one bag dress, one t-shirt, lie on them, deceive them, use them, abuse them, and dump them. Like how we don't see this first lady done they do. If we want remember, when it starts, we get you answer for our girls. Like we see, we got a whole lot of people the way. Now them in the BNM. When they ready for go upline, they go normally get at them, bobo them, put them in a motoka, give them 2,000, go abuse them. Yes, now abuse it, they go abuse them. Then wait, I can dump them back. Promise them how much you can. Then when they go to my office, you never for talk to them, never for see them, never even see them. Yes. And at the same time back with the so. I can remember there was a little girl, a 7-year-old girl. When this Get You Hands Off Our Girls started, her name is Queenetta. 5 years, she was 5 by then, 6, 7. It do a whole dialogue for this Get Your Hands Off Our Girls. It been then at the program. I mean, she did a very tremendous job. 7 or 5-year-old girl, yeah. The first lady acknowledge them, promise them, the picking go in office, go empower them, this and that. Where they tell us so from that first them, where at it about 2 years now, where tell this picking say this 7-year-old girl picking say they go in office. The girl, the woman, mama, they don't work at it, they don't gaze. You don't get time for them. The only time where they get time for them people in the now when you want use them. That's the only time where SLPP they consider the youths. Now when they want use them for the political nonsense. The reason why we make a man talk to the youth then this morning. You know, in the young one then, in a say, now in a get the country, not in a say, in a get the country. Now in a the future leaders of the country. Now in a get for decide how better in a one late salon be. Now in a get for decide how great salon gets for be. But how in a go able for decide where in a not get a voice right now. The growth of a country, it depends on the youths. The growth of a country depends on the youth. I want to use the correct word. The advancement of a country, it depends on the youth. Now, only the youths can make a difference. Only the youths that they can make a difference. You know, it is very ironical. Very, very much ironical. For the past 2 years, right? 3 years, I begin now WhatsApp. I send out me messages in a WhatsApp. Adebayo come. They send out the messages in a WhatsApp. So many other activists then come. We all send with messages in a WhatsApp. But rather fortunately for we, now one green common lady, one green young girl, when they say salon, now in come out, it do a video. A call on the people of Sierra Leone. He said, me at the suffer. He said, let we come out. That simple statement there, it awakened the Sierra Leonean community. It awakened the consciousness of the people of Sierra Leone. And it is either you believe it or you don't believe them, but it didn't has an impact. It brought the country, the entire country, to a standstill. You don't go ever believe the country lost millions on that day, Black Monday. And not on me Duamo, not on the words of Adebayo Duamo, not on the words of Vicky Romeo, not on the word of no activists. Now, when the youths them become disgruntled and then take the law into their own hand, now you make we see the Black Monday, was successful. Not all because of me, not all because of Vicky, not all because of Adebayo, no. Now, when the youths they say, enough is enough, we don't take too much. Now, one grain, now in grab, it make an audio. One great woman, now in grab, it make an audio. He say me if you're not tired, it's me, I don't tire. He say things don't tranga. Let we all come on and do. If they want baga we all, let them baga we all. But we with the common and do. One great woman, now it make that difference there. And we see the effects of that one great lady in statements. For tell you say inner the youth them, inner still get power. Nobody no get power na any government like the youths. In a see to even when they try for intimidate a senior citizen, when they support the youth, the endeavor, it not deter the young people there for making them come on and do and make an impact. I don't care what you say. Though the people, that young lady, indeed, he sent a message. And a message, it resonates with Sierra Leoneans. And nobody no go tell me, say, that a demonstration was not a successful one. It was well successful. Because it not even only happened na Freetown, it happened na the entire country. From Poto, Potuloko to Kenema, all side, it affects. What you do? One green youth. Na he raise a voice. Where na him, this president depend upon. What he call human capital. For tell you say, in the young people them, in a still get power. In the young people them, in a voice is still strong. All of this what they talk so at the council a parable where are they call upon the youths. Now in a democratic right for demand justice. Now in a democratic right for come out in millions and demand justice. If in the youth them, now the country sit down, in a allow in a voices them for be shackled. If in the youth, where in the human capital, when inner gets the power for make change. If inner sidom, inner allow in a voice system for be short, it go be to in a detriment. Now one great brave woman, now I don't start revolution soon as alone. One great brave girl, now I don't start a big revolution as alone. The revolution not start from the diaspora. The revolution starts from inside. Because if that lady not be with me, I don't talk to her in a commodity, in a strike, they're not gonna do in a nothing. No, but people they not listen. Adebayo don't talk to her, people they not listen. Vicky Romeo don't talk to her, people they not listen. But when one commoner, local lady, grab, he make a video, he call upon him people them for come out. In a whole lot, get me on the phone, please. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hold on. So yes, like I say, hey boy, you said behave yourself now. Sky goodness this today. Now wait till then and watch me, Bobby. They don't know say na nudity. Now wait till like catch her up, okay. I will make herself. All right. So like I say, if now one great young girl, now grab so It make a big difference. It tell people they say in a gap, me, if in your life better, me your life you know better it. He say no common do. He say what common do if the government want kill we only kill we all. He say but we get for commot. And honestly, that is statement day. It resonates. And we see the effects, not only in freedom, the effect it take place na the entire Sierra Leone. When I saw our call on the youths them back, when na them, na the human capital, when this president be depend pan. I want call the let them grab. Let them wake up from their sleep and make them realize say their life, instead of it get better, na dung it go. I want call upon the young people in a saloon. When in a look in a counterparts them. Na Liberia, Nigeria, Ghana. Where you look at in a counterparts them, where in a older class age, how then they articulate themselves in the English language, how then they present themselves in the world, how them president or the leaders them, they secure them. In a no say in Sierra Leone case, it purely different. 2 days ago, something wonderful happened. Wonderful thing now happen inside Sierra Leone, where I want make the youth of Sierra Leone then pay attention to and grab and take the rightful place. I want to tell inner the youths they say that thing they don't pass. Where they for call inner, give inner 1,000, 2,000 for go destroy somebody else in life. Because that one day this government depend upon. For 4 years, one day, we know one day see we first lady go na markets for no almost pepper cost. We know one day see her. We know one day see we first lady, they interact with the locals na the country. We know one day see them. The only interaction where Fatima they get with the local now where he want abuse them. Other than that, he not get time for the local people in the country. So even Fatima insecurity, not to Sierra Leoneans, for telling us say he not get love for Sierra Leone. Now only the money of Sierra Leone now they love it, not to the people of Sierra Leone. And again, it always say this will president, it be always the talk one thing. He say I don't go make we face outside. And they travel for bring we face. And we don't know say we face where they talk about now in wef. Now Fatima na in the face of saloon. Not to the people. Not to the people. We get for know that. Now that make they call upon the young people them. In other young one, the enough is enough. In another tire yet. Now one great woman, one great girl picking, now paralyzed one whole country so. One great girl picking, now paralyzed one whole country. Where are they call upon inner the youths? It's about time for letting her take in a rightful place inside saloon. Waiting I mean letting her take in a rightful place inside saloon. Sierra Leonean youth, in a voice them. Now in these governments, they systematically lock. The voice of the youth, the voice of the human capital. Now this government is systematically locked. But it left to inner the youths of Salon. We don't talk beaucoup. We waited at the diaspora. We don't talk till we don't tire. But I'm glad the way na inner self now don't begin look at inner self and say inner don't gaze with this kind of attitude. And when inner gaze, inner go grab. Now, woman, one great woman, now paralyze one whole country so. One great woman. Now make a statement. He call upon the company woman them. He say na let we come out na do. And then come out na do, then paralyze the country. So are they call upon inner the youths them. Na inner turn. This government not go able finish in a all. If in a all come out in one accord and tin up for in a rights. And in a rights, na Kabarema Masari. In a rights, na Eleje, in a rights, na Rapish. If in the youths they not come out and demand justice, and demand justice and end police brutality, it will always they continue. In all the man in a salon, in a no get balls. All the young people in a salon, in a no get balls. Now one great woman, 19 up so, it put salon at a standstill. But in a youth them, that they use in a like a tool, abuse in a, misuse in a, but in a still not able to stand up and stand up for inner rights. It is about time. Now 3 years in a voice camarema, they perish so for nothing we not do. All because they want to suppress in a voice. Now in a voice. Because not say like me. If maybe they Sierra Leone right now, they don't crepe me in. They don't crepe me uru. They don't crepe me on the foot. They don't crepe me too. But again, we don't talk beaucoup. That I talk again. This I talk again. But I they encourage inner the youths them for making a grab for inner voice. What happened yesterday in a parliament? It tell you say we get 2 Sierra Leone. What happened yesterday inside parliament? It tell you say we get 2 Sierra Leone. Until the youths them grab and take the rightful place. Salon. Better no go didi. Inna the young one them na inna the future leaders of tomorrow. If inna Sidom as Sierra Leonean, inna allow Mother Bio for scatter we country. Inna the youth them, inna Sidom, inna allow Mother Bio for lock in a voice. It go be to in a detriment. One great woman. Now I don't prove say she's a lioness. One great young picking. Now I make a statement. It torments Sierra Leone. So at the call up upon inner the youths, it's about time inner self make a statement. If this government they keep on the lock in our voices, if this government they keep on the close in our voices, that means for say it want lead in a dictatorship. It's about time inner the young people there in a grab, in a defend in a constitutional rights, and in a stand up against tyranny and dictatorship. When we don't see under Mother Bio in government. You the youths in the ball in a courts. In the young people them, the ball is then in a court. If in a complacent with waiting they go on a free tongue, now that make at the telling in a them man they not get balls. Now one great woman, one great girl picking, then paralyzed one whole country so. But in a demand them put in a instead of in a building a country, Fatima go give na money for damage in a country. In a better wake up to reality. Fatima is picking the all. Then that with man country. In a city kind of money where they play with, you they play with that kind of money there. But Fatima go come, it give you 1,000 leos or 500 leos for make you go damage you young company. For make you go intimidate you young company Sierra Leonean. Where Fatima in Pekin, not then a salon. Fatima in Pekin, they live good life. It is about time when the human capital work for waiting a day for. And the only way when the human capital can work now when they stand up for the rights. Nobody not go decide in a destiny. Now salon pass in the youths. And in the youths again for grab and take up in a balls and all on in a arm for make in a see a better life. But this government ready for suppress in the youths only if in a allow them and if in a refuse for stand up for in a democratic rights. For 4 years, what we see inside this government, now the one whole world, we know one day see him. Donald Trump, when he get money, get private jets. He get money, he was a millionaire before he became a president. He get a private jet when they can't go outside. We not want to see Donald Trump and this way go, he go to wave. For tell you say Mother B is not a capable president. He not understand, he not know nothing. The man a big fool, period. The man a big fool. Now this we want again for a second time. But again, in the youth them, in a get power for speeding up this thing. If in a say in an LJ in fans, in a Sidom, in a the look, what happened to LJ about a month ago, what happened yesterday, then in the youth in a not grab it, in a not grieve it in a spirit, then at the sleep. I want to make the youth of Salon Grab rise up. This now time for an uprising. This not a complete, this not a time as normal. Now one great woman now paralyze the country. So if in the youth then grab and demand for in a right, in a demand for justice, in a go get them. I want make in a no say now in the youth and in a vote for this president. I want make in a no say this president say it depends by in a human capital. But whilst in a they suffer, in then South Africa, they pay million for land out for dance. Who stay in the youth them go grab now? Who stay in the youth them go take in a rightful place? In a don't say that woman don't pass in a so. For tell you say the country don't reach a stage where it need woman them. Because in a demand them, now Baku talk in a gets. In a demand them, in a lack action. For 60 years, Sierra Leone don't be under suppressed government when a man them. But one great brave woman, now set records on a salon. One great brave local girl, Now it set record. It paralyzed one whole country. Then inner the youths them. Inner the young people them. Inner the human capital. What inner they do? Inner the young people them. The future leaders them. What inner they do? Inner they be complacent. Tell mother be unlocked in her own voice. Now one girl woman oh. Now paralyze one whole country so. But they go use inner for destroy in a brother and sister. But in a not able for tin up and raise in a voice in one as a team for freedom, for justice. In a not able. In a the youths them of Saloon. What in a they do? We went that that's why I don't have for talk. Now we encourage in a no more, but we know they talk again. And for anything where in a decide, we go support in her. Because we don't talk beaucoup. In a not be the get them. But a gladdy, when now we one great sister, where it come, it do a video, it make a difference. Not to anybody of class, not to Kasada Kitchen, not to Adebayo. This is a local lady. Now I make one great video. He saying I come out. Well, that's so I they call upon the young boy youths them for come out and demand justice for LG. If what happened yesterday, na State House, inside Parliament, when SLPP thugs go inside the well of Parliament, go attack an MP, when police arrest them, police not Chevy aid, police not carry and go Benghazi, police not brutalize them, but they brutalize a musician. They inner the youth them in a still sit down in a get problem. I'm serious, in a get problem. Say inner the useless say in a don't gains. Say inner the useless say in a tire. Badabio go suppress inner. And he go lie by inner and go abuse inner the way they abusing her so. Inner get for say enough is enough. He left to inner. Waiting happy yesterday, day before yesterday, inside Parliament, for don't tell you that say Sierra Leone, if inner the young people them, the youth, the human capital, no grab, and see beaucoup of inner blood they run at it. Because this government, this mother bio in government, now danger governments, now rebel governments, now destructive governments, now government will not mean no good for Saloon. Anybody when they talk good about this government, watch them. Now the 2%, 1% where they eat from direct from this government, but the mass majority of the people of Saloon, they suffer under this government. Freedom of speech, it don't die. Freedom of assembly, it don't die. Freedom of association, it don't die. If you don't lick Fatima ass, you not go survive. Not to so the country for day. Me, I dey call on another young people them. If an SLPP man can go inside Parliament, it go cause atrocity on an opposition, and he's not been arrested. They're not doing nothing. They don't arrest them. They don't hold them. Now, both case, they're in the youth in attempt for in a grab, go on the streets of freedom and demand a release of LJ and his brothers them. Now, time this. In a left boku talk. This talk, it don't do boku. Now, action, we dey look for action. Not to forget sit down there. Now, if you not sit down, now years, they go lock me. Now, this government need people the way they act. That time for sit down, they talk in a corner, it not too much. Me believe say if 10,000 youths can come on a door, LJ they be free next day. Me believe say if 10 all LJ in fans. Now one on salon, come out, LJ they be free. If they give free the guy will go attack an MP, why they not for free LJ? Uda LJ na a threat too. In the youth them, now in a place for grab and demand justice. And in a go get justice by fire, by force, if in a demand for her. In a demand, in another balls. Now one great woman, now paralyze the country so. But in a sit down, they talk boku. What thing I know one day see that this world. One day, we know one day see that this world. Let person go find person. The police. Just go visit somebody, you lock her up, you try them, you get 1 year 6 months in jail. If in the youth they not grab, if in the youth they not grab and take over in a country, mother be already for push in a corner. Mother be already for use any diabolic force against Ina. But in left to Ina the youth them. Now in a right for come out in thousands and demand justice. Justice not for them for one set of people. No. Justice for them for everybody. But in the man and I don't get balls. In another one balls. Now one great woman. Now make statements in a city country. What thing are they wait for? What is SIERRA Leonean youth and they wait for? When they not demand justice yet? Now we campaign for Mother Bio. Now we all vote for Mother Bio. If Mother Bio not they do what's right, let we come out na the streets of Freetown in our millions and demand justice. How long it ago? You know, we don't guess. Every day I go to preach. For letting youth them come out in their millions and demand justice. Now, in a right for get justice. Salona for be a country where one person get one law, another person get another law. Enough for a peace. Well, when they use they don't serve, and they call upon enough for come out in a million and demand justice for LJ and the brothers. Enough is enough. So one set of some SIERRA Leonean go. Well, this is exactly what I said when they sack that guy, that police guy, na the force. I said this is a very bad precedent. This therefore lead to wonderful situation, and I don't begin get so. When an SLPP man can go into the seat of parliament, go attack an opposition leader, arrested by the police, but allowed to go scot-free. Arrested by the police, but allowed to go scot-free. We all see her when they arrest them. We all see her when they run with a dagger in her hand. But Eleje and a friend, we get an attendant, we get an issue. We get an issue where in brother go visit him. Then go Pademba Road. But a SLPP stalwart can go into the seats of government and go cause atrocity and go scot-free. Either the youth and an ambassador picking them. If in a not grab for in a rights. Either the youth them. If in a not grab for in a rights. This government is go useless in a. This government not begin telling us, say, waiting this they telling her now. When you not there for murder bill, anybody can brutalize you. It go scot-free. Till the youth they grab and demand a rightful place. I'm sorry for you now. True. But again, make her telling her. Now one great woman when say enough is enough. Now I'm paralyzed the one whole country. One great woman. Now I make a video. He said if it's not good for you, it's not good for me. In a low commot to see the effects of the commot when they commot. So I call upon the youths. Enough is enough. They not reach for like a common do. And they call upon the youths. They not reach for make in a common do and demand justice for in a voice. It's just like a way I've been telling people them before. I say, hey, na kabare manawo. We all see one law. There will be one law for lie and intimidate kabare man 3 years under the jail so. All because they want to close our voices. They want to lock with voices within the country. In another see something wonderful happening in this there. All the human rights activists, their religious organization, what happened to Femi Claudius School? So I'm not hearing the non-talk. For tell you say they're all then at the pockets of the government. But in the youths, who in pocket in a day. In the youth, I don't get nobody for talk for you now. If in a not rise up for herself, in a not get nobody for talk for you now. In a say all the religious council, they all they under Fatima and Bada pockets. But when in a go grab, they go recognize it. If it a just sit also, Fatima and Mother go use it like a tool. In the youths them, if in a not grab and demand justice, now in a back then they can use for campaign. When they don't get their way done, they abuse in a like how they do LJ so. So and they call upon the youth to rise up. Go out in the millions in the streets of Freetown and demand justice. Enough is enough. We not talk again, oh. We left Agina now. We went in at the diaspora. We not talk again. We don't left Agina the youth them of Salon. If in a complacent for make Mother Biowe in a vote for, they suppress in a voice, in a Sinona in a house. If in a complacent for make Mother Bio where we vote for, they suppress in a voice, in a Sinona house. But what thing I want to tell you now? Now, one great brave woman, now I'm paralyzed one whole freedom. So if in the youths, when in the human capital, in a sidon, in a complacent, let mother be, they lock in a voice, they intimidate in her, they embarrass in her, they seize in her freedom. He up to in her. For time I say in the youth them, now goodness someone in a Sabina, no in a rights. If 10,000 youths come out and demand justice for LJ go get justice. If 10,000 youths come out and demand justice for LJ go get justice. All LJ fans for come out and demand justice for LJ. Enough is enough. We not mix again, pan. Wait for God in power. Now violence go take her by force. Me I dey preach on that. Let violence take her by force. Enough is enough. It don't reach a time we'll get for take the bull by the horn. This government and government will not want full. If the woman had not been kidnapped, so God had been for go lock Femi Claudius Coliander, pass out and do Kamareba. Because that what they not begin to talk incitements. When they not get nothing, now incitements. But when the woman then grab, when we tie with Oja, in a city the difference. Now so are they call on the youth them for tie the Oja and come out na door. Come on na door in 1,000 and demand justice for LJ. Now the only way in that the youth them in a voice could be heard. This government Alexa full. This government Alexa full. In them man them. If you not get balls, now woman I make a difference. So one regular line talk, it paralyze one whole country. In the Monday, and them for do nothing. In a just them boku talk, in a not get balls. In the youth them human capital. Now so in a your life one left. Now so in a life one left. Fatima Ibada Okangina one bag race. Sell in a life, sell in a destiny for nothing. In a give for stand up for in a rights. In a give for stand up for in a right and demand. Not to only stand up, in a give for demand for in a rights. In the next 2 weeks, the doctors them, na salon. Don't give me an heads up that then they cut their service 40% because why? They've not been paid. All their facilities have been cut from them. Something wonderful happened na parliament. Then there's there. I believe say we all watch them. After the SLPP talks, they don't storm the parliament. After the SLPP talks, they don't attack the member of parliament. Yeah, Monjama, how are you? After the SLPP talks, they don't attack the parliament. We see say then go na the, according to the reports, there was indeed an ambulance within the parliament's building. There was an ambulance. But there was no gas in the ambulance. Petroleum in there. Inside the ambulance. Where they inside parliament. When an ambulance therefore they in case of emergency, in case any of we lawmakers them gets an issue. Ambulance for day for care and go pana issue day. But there was no gas, no fuel in the ambulance where for take care of we country affairs. But we first lady, he get 15 car convoy. 15 vehicle convoy. But the ambulance went for take care of the states. Me and you, the one that will put for do with business, there was no gas. In the parliamentary ambulance, there was no gas. But we first lady get 15 car. 15 car convoy. Only first lady. Misguided priority. Till inner the youth then grab and take in a rightful place. Fatima and Madabio go abuse in her and misuse in her and use in her. But again, inner the youth them. It up to that. It is up to you guys to make a difference. One great woman, now make a difference. So it go down in history. It will go down in history. That now one great girl in audio will make a paralyzed saloon for a day. I don't care what anybody say. So even when they say they arrest Femi Claudio school, the demonstration is still take place. Not only in Africa, now the one whole country. Now the one whole country. We come back like how Corona, Corona, when Corona been come, COVID-19 been come. Now so we see Freetown. It was empty. So let nobody not tell me it had an impact. Now one grain commoner. One grain commoner. Now I make a video, it gets an impact. So I they call upon inner the youths. The only way inner go get in a rightful place in that country day. Now where inner the youth and tin up and demand justice. Where inner the youth go tin up and demand for inner rights. Because this government ready for trample on inner rights. Because what you do inner too timid. But I'm glad where the woman they don't begin show inner say inner can come out. And the more numbers inner come out for demand for inner rights, the more this government go no say in another joke. We don't want to saloon. No, we don't want to saloon. We sit down. I see, I look at another video for tell inner say this government don't mean no good for inner the youths them. Inner see Sano, they front and a PZ. Inner see where they laughing at the youths them of saloon. Inner see where Sano be they laugh inner. Well, it left to inner. Inner see where Sano go sit down a PZ, they laugh inner. It they telling us say, if it are not selling, I not go eat. You know, that's an insult to inner. That insulting me, insulting us. It only insulting her integrity. It insulting her as a human being. For letting her put them in power. Then they could not even come and address in a situation. Instead of that, they stand up back. Now they front in her face, then they laugh in her. Inner the youth saying I get part for play. In I don't lock in a mot. 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 In I go eat kaka. If in a keep on locking in a mot inside this government. Now one great brave woman, now I'm paralyzed the one whole country. So in the youth, the waiting in the wait for. In the youth, waiting in the wait for. Or in the wait say, Sanogo tina back continue laughing na. Because you know so we salon jester. And ironically, the sad part is the president were in a vote for. He not even give a cock screw botina. He not give a fuck botina. But all waiting they go also na salon. Who stay in a don't one day see in a president where in a vote for. Don't come out and can talk to in a as a citizen. The president where in a vote for. He don't care about Ina. He care about Fatima image where he don't make. Now nobody care about. Madam, you don't give a cock about SIERRA LEONIANS. The man don't travel 300 times within 4 years. 300 times. No president of the world. Now that makes them always the talk and say, Madam, you know, the first way they do this, that the first way they do that. Now the first president of the one whole world, we don't travel 300 times. And also you want to eat and you wave. If Salon begins SIERRA Airlines, like them for don't scrap them. But again, in the youth them, the ball it didn't in a courts. If in a complacent, if in a happy, for make Mother Bio they suppress in a freedom of speech. If in a complacent, for let Mother Bio they suppress in our lives in a sidona in a house. In a beer. But if enough is enough, in a long gaze, in a go come out and demand in a rightful place, now in a democratic rights. Now in a democratic rights. For demand for better way of living. If this president be they do good, it not be forever want for thief election. Now we for me campaign for them. Now we be for talk for them. But for tell you say this president not mean no good for we country. All what he can for African satisfy wealth in desire. And it don't satisfy and done. So it's about time made a left now. Let them go. But again, inna the youths them, it left to inna. Inna the young people them, the human capital, it left to inna. If it feel to say it's okay for the mother be using us so. It left to Ina. But I want telling her say, now one great woman, oh, now make a difference. So it left to Ina. If it agree, let mother be lock in a voice, it left to Ina back. But I encourage Ina, if woman can do them, Ina self can do them better. If woman can do them, Inner self can do one better. It's about time in arise and take in a rightful place. That time when they sit on the grumble, don't too much. When the woman of Salon ready will make a difference. That's why they call upon the youths to make a difference. Yes, and they call upon the youths to come out in their thousands and demand for justice. We not forget one law for one set of person, we get one law for another set of person. If a dog can go inside parliament and go cause harm on a member of parliament, arrested by the police and allowed to go scot-free by the police, and LJ is in jail, and they call upon the youth for get up. We not forget Tukai law. We not forget law for SN people, get law for APC. The law for being across the board. So they call upon the youth for grab. Get out in the streets in your thousands and demand justice. Neither democratic rights. The law for day, one law for day for one set of people, one law for day for other set of people. No. Now we know say LJ arrest was politically motivated. Because if a thug can go inside parliament, he go damage an MP, he was arrested, allowed to go scot-free. But LJ, two civilians get case, in a put in a jail, in the use in a bastard picking them. If it are not grab. True. If it are not grab, in a get problem. Madam, you're going to be using it like a dog. I've been the talker and this there. I said this LJ in case. It gave for open we had pam pokutin and now don't see so now. Now some of them don't begin to see so. I've been the talker where you see Rachel Honor, when they make the African coordinator. It begin right, I am a Mende. Them member of parliament begin right, I am a Mende. They don't bring division kind of country. But they fail for realize not to Mende alone be vote for them. Not to Mende alone they be vote for them. Not to Mende alone campaign for them. But again, this is a lesson to we the SIERRA Leoneans. Now a lesson to we the SIERRA Leoneans. And that make them one day they want hold on to power. But 2022 by fire by force to get for go. I you see Maurice don't go so when we bring them come, then go follow them go. But we don't want too low for set of people. Now you see the reason why make them the right say I am a Mende. So a Mende man can cause atrocity. He go scot-free. A local man go cause atrocity. You go get jail time. This is scary. But I dey call upon the youths. Enough is enough. It's about time in a rightful place and in a demand justice. If one great woman can paralyze the country, I believe say if 10,000 youths can come on and do, then demand justice for LJ and the family, they go get her. Enough is enough. We don't tire for talk. We don't gaze. So 10 days, now violence we get for take them by force. Waiting go be, make it be. And so 10 days, thing get for be before something safe happen. Yes, that's what I say. By the way, I want to show you that this is 60 boxes of pasta, spaghetti. 60 boxes. No, 70 boxes, sorry. 70 of spaghetti. Yes, that's 70 boxes this. I'm talking at the pan. If you don't be order me pepper sauce, I go ask you for those so right now because you know you need them. And at the time they can reach so you need your pepper sauce. You need them, you need them, you need them. Order you pepper sauce. By the way, I know they send out of America. So only in America. Okay. Like I told you guys, I have different type of seasonings. As you can see, that's my label. And this is meat season. I have meat season. I have fish season. I have different type of seasonings. And if you can see here, this is my ogiri. If you can see, my God, you see the oil now? The oil is like all floating all around now. Okay, this is my ogiri. as you can see. And this is 2 pounds. As it is already, it's already been grind. As you buy it, you just put it in your fridge and just take a little bit, and there you go. If you can see all around now, the oil is just floating the oil all around it. Obviously, and I have the northern the my papers. Well, I'm using the bottle that I keep in my office here, yeah, to hold on to that phone. So, but I do have the not the oil, the pepper that I do with not oil as well. Yes. And by the way, I'm not telling us if I get well, I did work on that one the two. Coconut oil, spicy coconut oil. But I did work on that, so I'm not gonna give a heads up on that yet. But I still get coconut oil, but I still dey try for do them in a way in which it will be tangly. I want to give them different flavors, but I'm still working on that. So anyway, I thank you all for being here today. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. I mean, just want to get this out of my chest because I mean, if they use them, then put them in a car wash and attire base. Now for useless them, for make they not go get a voice, for make them go, they not go become they not go be useful citizen, and for make them go they abuse them when they want to use them for the useless things. So me they call upon the youths for make them grab and take the rightful place and demand justice. Justice not for them for one set of people. If somebody two fighting, we get just two fighting na gas station, we get 13 people them we don't go per them by road. What about you we go inside the seat of government? You go cause atrocities. You were held by the police, but you allow for go scot-free. So we get one law for certain people. We get another law for certain people. Well, it left to inner the youth them. In another balls. Now, woman, now it don't make a difference. So I dey wait for inner demand them for grab and do waiting right and demand for inner your rights. We the woman them, we don't set the pace. And I have a wonderful day.